Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for the movie reviewer next door. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, whether it be a topic, commentary, reaction, tier list, ranking, review, re-review, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. And thank you, I really do appreciate that. He did a review of this. I thought he did a good job on his YouTube channel. I watched that after I watched this film. AMFAD, All My Friends Are Dead, and he wasn't a fan of this film either. Just a 4.5 out of 10 IMDb. And it deserves it, because this film sucks. Number one, that title sucks. What a mouthful. Hey, I want to see AMFAD. Just say all my friends are dead. Like the hashtag thing, like that doesn't make you cute. It just makes you annoying. Just like this movie was annoying. Now it's directed by Marcus Dunstan. Now he directed The Collector and The Collection. Both films I really enjoy. I would like to see those again someday, but I do remember really enjoying them. I do not want a third film. I know there's talks of it. Please do not ever make a third film. Please stop. At one point they tried to make it and it fell through. I hope that happens again, because I think the second film ended it perfectly and they're just going to ruin it. Like, they ruin everything. They being Hollywood. They ruin everything, so don't ruin this. Collector, The Collection, 2 films, that's all you need. The ending, you cannot get a more perfect ending than part 2. If you make the third one, then it's just going to make Arkin so stupid because he could have killed this killer. Instead, he's going to lock him in a trunk and keep him alive long enough for him to escape and kill more innocent people. Then it makes Arkin, Josh Stewart's character, more of a dumbass, more of a bad guy, more of a dumb ass. That if you had just shot this guy in the head instead of playing these games. But with the end of the second film, you go, yep, it ended there, and there you go. But again, they gotta ruin everything. So please don't. Please, have that. Don't let that happen. Now, while I do like those 2 films, he also wrote Saw 4 through 7, which I thought all those films sucked. He also wrote Feast 2 and 3, which I thought those sucked even more. And Piranha 3 Double D, which sucked. Actually, you know what? I think Feast 2 and 3 were worse. But Piranha 3 Double D was bad as well, so he wrote those. Because I like the first Feast film, but Feast 2 and 3 are so bad. And Piranha 3D was there, but 3 Double D? Awful. So he wrote those. But he directs this. It stars a girl named Jade Pettyjohn. And also JoJo Siwa. I guess this woman's a singer. JoJo. A singer that people know. I didn't know who the hell she was. I've never listened to her songs. But she's only in the film for like a couple minutes at most. But they try to, in marketing, try to build her up. So the idea of the film is there were these 7 college kids that were killed by this killer called the SDSK murders. That's what they're called, where kills them, and it's based on the 7 deadly sins. So it's not really the name of the killer, but just the murders are called the SDSK murders. As an SDSK 7 deadly sins killer. So it's 20 years later. This festival called Karmapalooza restarts. And these influencers and other friends, they decide to go to the show, go to this festival. And the characters, you have LB, who likes to sleep with other people's girlfriends or wives. You have Guy, he does drugs. You have Sarah, who is our lead. You have Aaron, who's Asian, and he's a guy that is the only guy I could kind of root for, because he's a nice guy, he's working, he can't go, but he's so heavily in love with Sarah that he'll do what they want later on. Sure, I'll bring you what you need. Then you have Liv, who wants the lights on her posts. You have Mona, who likes to play nice or ice. So she's the bitch. You have... Who the hell else you have? I forget who the hell else. You have like 7 or 8 characters. Like 7 yeah, you have like 7 characters. I didn't give a rat's ass. Then the closest I cared about was Aaron. These other people are this vacuous tit-tot generation that just are unlikable. And you just say, well, that's how people are. That's why I'm not on tit-tot. That's why I'm not on that shit. I don't like the... I mean, not everybody who does that are like this, to be fair. But a lot of that type of... the stereotype of that generation... and the way they act and behave has made a lot of films insufferable by trying to parlay those characters into films. And it's like, okay, I don't want to watch this horrible trope of characters that are annoying, unfunny, that I don't want to listen to in real life, let alone in a movie. And you just, well, you want to see them die. Well, it ain't worth the 80 minutes to watch them die when the 80 minutes to be spent doing better stuff like jerking off or something else. And it tries to be funny, and it's not funny. It tries to go with, oh, this killer is now back and is going to kill people by the 7 deadly sins, but then sometimes it feels like it just gives up on that trope, on that gimmick, I should say. Where it starts off having these kind of more complicated kills, and it's like, ah, screw it, I'm just going to hit this guy in the back with an axe. Just because. What does that kill have to do with his sin? Nah, we're giving up on that. Just, we give up on it. Okay. Just this vacuous tit-tot generation gives me the rash, the ass rash, man. And yes, not everybody in that generation. It's just those specific people that just... I hate seeing those tropes in movies. I don't care what the purpose is. I'm tired of seeing it. Whether it be in they/them, whether it be in... Oh, what was that movie? Damn it. I can't think of the damn name. Where it has another one has... Okay, let me check. It came out, was it 2022? I think it came out. I think so. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. That's what it was. They/them, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I'm tired of seeing those type of movies with just these irritating as fuck characters that it's not even fun to watch them die, because I don't know. Like Marcus Dunstan, you made a thief an interesting character with Josh Stewart's character of Arkin. You try to do a bit better. No wonder it's a 4.5 out of 10. Dialogue like the agent of, was it Mona? Who's this, I don't know, TikTok or whatever, social influencer darling, that she has an agent. And he's like, hey, if you get stabbed, don't post it. Victims are so played out. I'm like, so's this shit played out. So they're driving. They get a flat tire. This female cop comes by, helps them to this Airbnb. And then, like, the director decided, you know what, 20 minutes in, now let's have the credits. We don't have the credits when we're showing what happened 20 years ago. We don't show the credits after we're introduced to characters. We get to hear the Airbnb, we're 20 minutes in, now we're showing the credits. I'm like, okay, this seems like a random placement for these credits, but if you say so. And it's only like an 80-some minute movie. So the people there, they talk, although there's a lot of stuff they're saying they ain't worth a shit. They party. Some try to get in other people's pants. It's like we're watching the damn Jersey Shore again. And I'm just going to spoil the rest of it because I don't care. The drug guy goes out and he gets so stoned he's talking to what looks like a toy squirrel, and the toy squirrel's talking to him saying he wants some stunt tail. Because that's what I want out of a horror movie. I want someone talking to a toy stunt saying they want stunt ass. Well, Snooty's not here, so I guess you can't get that stunt ass. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant stink ass, but stunt ass could probably fit too. She's about as small as a skunk. Probably stinks like one too. And it's one of those scenes where... What the hell is this? What's going on here? And the killer has an LED mask. Why? I'll give you, it's a different look for a killer. But okay, to be fair, the reason there is a reason technically they're using that, to be fair. So it's different. Maybe in a better film I would have been more intrigued by this look. Because it could put images on the mask, which is used for certain... It probably could be used a bit more. Because, okay, before I go on to the deaths, there's another thing going on here. Which is this underlying, not theme, but story point. Where there's this girl named Colette, played by JoJo Siwa, who is friends with the group. But I guess you get the idea. Her character's name is Colette, but I'm just going to call her JoJo just because it's JoJo. JoJo is in love with this Mona girl. But Mona didn't want to be found out because she was scared it would ruin some kind of reputation. Although I'm sitting there going, dude, this came out 2024. If you came out as gay, you'd be more popular. Well, okay, let me put it this way. In her line of work, with how she manipulates people, she probably could use that to her benefit. Because there are, sadly, some people that use that, which hurts that community, because they kind of bolster it to, not for sincere reasons, not because they truly are brave for coming out, but there are some that do it because to get brownie points, as you call it, and look at me, look how special I am. Oh, isn't that person understanding? All right. But then they make it harder for other people that are more sincere about it, because then they just, I don't know. That's a whole other thing. But I'm going to continue on that tangent. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being gay. Nothing wrong with that. Just like there's nothing wrong with being straight, bi, whatever. Sadly, with every group, straight, gay, bi, all that stuff, there are a portion of people who use it to their own selfish benefit of getting credit, getting this and that, getting almost like a boost for their... Like how many... There are actors that say all of a sudden they are. I'm like, okay, are you saying that because you truly are and you've been hiding for so long? Or there's some that do it because of clout, like some kind of clout. Then some could argue, well, no, it's not clout because this person came out as gay and they got ostracized. Because I'm sure that also goes on too, that some people come out and they just get horribly bullied and such, which is a shame. But why am I going on this diatribe? This movie's not even that deep to go in that conversation. I don't know. But anyway, JoJo loves Mona. Mona didn't want people to find out, so she dumped her in a severe way. And it seems like JoJo took that to heart, was at a cabin, and shot herself. And that gets brought up later on in the film. I forget where I was leading with that. Well, the kills could have some good practical effects, but they're ruined by the director, whoever, throwing all this bad CGI gore into it. Okay, the killer... Oh yeah, the LED. That's why I brought it up. The reason the killer has an LED light is from time to time, it will show JoJo, or aka Colette's face and voice to throw him off and like, wait a minute, who is that? Like, what? She's dead. To make you remember on... Oh, you bullied this lady and you made her end her life, and also you like burned down the cabin she was at as well, and the past is haunting you, like I know what you did last summer or something. Although I know what you did last summer is way better than this. You know what? I don't like the sequel, but I'd rather watch the sequel than this. And that has Jack Black trying to be a Jamaican. And I still think that film's better than this movie. And the kills in this guy, like after he tossed to the tourist girl who wants stunt gas, the killer grabs him, puts a mask on him, pumps stuff into his stomach as a sign of the sin gluttony. Now the stomach explodes, which seems like a cool effect, but then all this CGI blood. It's like they had the effect, but like, no, put more CGI put CGI blood to have a gush all over. I'm sitting there going, no, like... It's like they thought the practical effect did not look good enough. So to hide it. But your CGI blood makes it more of an ugly effect. I think the makeup effect that screwed up a bit will still look better than the CGI blood that is you thought was hiding, so you thought that was a good idea, but actually makes your kill look even more egregious, even more cartoonish, even more ugly looking, and not nearly as effective as you want it to be. And they do this with the other kill, which is Liv, where she gets grabbed and she gets tied to a tub, and the killer's like, if she gets 1,000 lights, she lives. She does. Then the killer thumbs one down, so she has 999, and then acid comes and bubbles on her. But at the end, it's interspersed with CGI, which makes the effect less creepy, less horrifying, and more goofy. Because I'm just noticing now the CGI more so than how impactful the scene should be. That's a detriment, Marcus Dunstan. You think for a guy that's been in the horror realm for so long, you would know that. What the fuck? And also, what was the point of the killer going through all this? Oh, if you get 1,000 lights, you'll live. And she wins, like she gets it. Never mind. I'm like, so there is no way for her to win. So what was the point of that? Did it teach her anything? No. It showed that she got 1,000 lights fairly quickly. There was no way for her to... It just felt like it was all pointless, and like, even for a killer, like, what point did that make? That seems like something the killer would make of, you're not as popular as you think, or, you know what, you thought you wanted to be so much popular, and you just can't get it, can you? Or hell, it would be, if she gets 1,000 lights, she dies. And like that would be more telling of either how she thought people liked her but they didn't, or how people didn't respect her, so all this thing you were fighting for was fake and was not as real as you thought it was, and maybe that would tell more of a story. No. So this didn't tell any story. It was just other than the killer is a dick. I know, how weird. A killer can't be a dick? It's okay if he kills as long as he's not a dick. I know this sounds stupid, but he's just a troll. Or the killer's just a troll, that's all. The guy who sleeps with other women, the killer comes in with a dildo that has a knife and stabs him. Then he just bashes the guy's head in. It's like the killer, it's almost as if the killer throughout just gave up on, well, I was going to do these intricate things about the 7 deadly sins, but man, I'm getting tired. Sex, oh, he was a dildo. I put a knife in it, stabby stabby. And I'm tired of this. Let me just bash his brains in, blah blah blah. It's like, then don't put that in the first place. So at this point, Aaron, the Asian guy, has driven by. It's Aaron, the Asian guy, again, the only one decent. Sarah, the lead. Mona, the bitch. And this other guy, and I forgot his damn name. He was such a nothing character, I don't remember who the hell what his name was. But he gets an axe to the back. So again, at this point, the killer's like, I'm tired of doing this 7 deadly sin shit. Cuts his head off here, but again, like, there's some nice practical, but then you see all this CG blood that just cancels, because now it just took me out. When you put that CG blood, it just takes me out. And yes, there are movies that I like with CG, but what else am I going to look? The story isn't for me. I don't think it's that interesting of a story. It's a bunch of douchebag, wannabe, Jersey Shore TikTokers dying one by one. If I want to see someone die from the 7 deadly sins, I'll watch 7. Hell, if I want to see someone die with more religious overtones, I'll watch Resurrection with Christopher Lambert and Leland Orser, underrated film. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of slasher films I could watch that have more to them, whether it be My Bloody Valentine, or even a film like Silent Stream, Silent Madness, Silent Madness, or, Malignant in a way has slasher giallo overtones. Like, there's so many more I could watch. There's 3 people left. Aaron is trying to help the lead girl Sarah. Like, he's scared, but he's like at least trying to throw stuff. He gets with the 2 girls. The Mona, the bitch, throws Aaron to the killer, and he gets killed in a very mean-spirited way. And I'm like, okay, if this movie's trying to be so comedic and fun, this, even if I was into it, this is where I would go a different way, because this is such a mean-spirited kill. Where he just kept getting stabbed, and then he stabbed in the eye, and then he stabbed and like ripped up, and he keeps getting stabbed like 40 times. I'm like, dude, this just seems way too mean-spirited for a character that didn't deserve it. And like, if you built up where this character, like, there's no way he would win, there's no way he would survive, and lo and behold, he would. And that would be the nice surprise, the nice twist, and how this character to have development and an arc. Like you did with Josh Stewart's character in Collector and Collection. But apparently the director didn't want to do that with this movie. So now we have Sarah the lead, which I'm indifferent on. Mona the bitch, and the killer. Mona's fighting the killer. Sarah comes up and slits her throat because Sarah, the lead, lo and behold, is with the killer. And the killer unmasks, and it's the female cop. Because apparently the two of them are lesbian lovers. And apparently Sarah liked JoJo, liked Colette, but saw that Colette, aka JoJo, was big into Mona. So she wants revenge for what happened to JoJo and what you guys caused and how you bullied her and made her feel bad. So then the two, little they don't get away with it, the cops come, including that female cop, undercover. Her and Sarah go somewhere to kiss. Sarah admits something else that happened where JoJo did not kill herself. Sarah accidentally shot her at the cabin because she was wanting that Mona girl to go there and shoot her, but she accidentally killed the woman she liked. So then she set up like she ended her own life and all that stuff. So it was her fault. She accidentally killed that, and she feels very, very bad about it. But she's also a psycho bitch. But because she's now, we can't have any witnesses. She did stuff so that it be implied to the cops that this female cop's the killer. She taped or glued the gun into the cop's hand. As, oh my god, she's the killer, she's the killer. And before the cop says anything, they shoot her. Now, I'm wondering, what would have happened if the female cop, I don't know, got on her hands and knees, went face down? Because cops usually know how procedures work. Like, what if she's like, okay, I'm not going to say anything, the right to remain silent, and then she told the whole story? What if she did that? How did Sarah... I guess Sarah knew this cop well enough that she fly off the handle, and even though she knows it's glued, she could like go on her knees, face down, whatever. And they would also look, wait a minute, why is the gun glued to her hand? Or taped to her hand? That's weird. Or they look at it and go... 'Tis also the way they show it is... They show a flashback where Sarah, now that I think about it, like the phone or whatever is here, then she does this to show this tattoo the woman has, then puts it back down. When they go, wait a minute, this looks like someone picked it up and put it back down, that footage. Who is holding the camera to put it back up, show the arm tattoo, then put it back down? Because you see that's what Sarah did. Does this. Or even if she turned it on from here. Wouldn't it be like, well, wait a minute, where did that camera, how was that camera here, but we found it here? That means someone would have been holding it here, like an investigation? So if the cop actually was smart, but thankfully Sarah knew her lesbian cop was dumb. So I wonder, like, how, I mean... Is this saying like gay people are either killers or dumbs? Like they say, like, are they saying, hey, if you're a lesbian, you're either a psycho or you're dumb or both? I'm like, is that really a positive image for the community? I don't know. So the cop gets killed. Sarah's the sole survivor. She now has Mona's agent. And then like the credits roll, then it shows other stuff, then the credits roll. Then as if it was a Marvel film, there's a mid-credit scene where the killer from 20 years ago calls Sarah and goes, you know what your sin is? You pissed me off, you're copying my stuff. Now everyone you know is dead. And then they hype it up like there's a sequel coming out. There ain't no damn sequel coming out to this movie. I bet most people who see this have never even heard of this film. It did nothing. Nobody liked it. It's a 4.5 out of 10. Sequel for who? For yourself? For the audience of one? All right, those other 5 people. Well, good. You put all that money so those 5 people can watch it. This film sucks. You don't like the characters. The kills are hampered by bad CGI. And the twist, it's one of those movies that we gotta have a twist, then we have another twist, then we have another twist, and it just, when you try to pile on so many twists, it's just like really, yeah, that looked like someone farted, like, really, like, so there you go. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.